Today we're going to be working on this abandoned Surfjet. It's literally a motorized surfboard from the 80s. I believe a company came back with a new model of it called Jet Surf, but I don't know. I don't think there's any way to beat the original. So you got a two-stroke Suzuki, I think it's a Suzuki. I don't know, it's a Fuji engine, little two-stroke. It's been sitting for a long time. I had it running once before. Trying to remember what happened with it. I know I broke the recoil. I think it lost spark. Something with fuel delivery. So basically everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and get this recoil pulled off. I know it doesn't have spark right now, so I gotta get down under here. So this comes off. This has to come off. We gotta follow these wires and see where they go to. It is a CDI ignition, so that's pretty neat. Should be pretty straightforward, at least I hope it's a CDI. Okay, so I'm gonna start by taking off this recoil cover. Like I said, I know we don't have any spark, so I'm gonna dig right into it and see what we have for ignition system, and hopefully it'll be kind of easy, but I doubt it. Now this motor turns over pretty easily, so this might be a little difficult. Oh, look at that. It's like it's meant to come off. Is this keyed or what's the deal? Didn't even budge a bit. So I'm going to get a pulley puller and I'll be back. Alright, I got the pulley puller set up. Honestly, I think I can just do this by hand. I just couldn't get a good straight pull on it to get it to come off evenly. But, there we go. Oh, got a magneto. Okay. So if you look in here, these are all magnets. Pass by this coil, creates an electromagnetic field, and it sends that through these points. I believe these points are not firing. Yeah, I got nothing. Okay. Let's get some sandpaper, try to clean those up. Got some really worn down 120. Open this guy up. Put that in there. Let's see if we got any spark. Alrighty, so you got two sets of points in here, two condensers, condenser 1, condenser 2, point 1, point 2, and this is your magneto coil, and here are your magnets. So something is supposed to drive around this shaft, and when it comes around it's supposed to probably like that much. Alright, clean up the points one more time. I went through, and now see if you can get a glimpse of this. Put new plugs in it. So I had spark, and I lost spark. It's supposed to be an ankle tether right here, but that was broken, so I'm going to install a on-and-off switch, and if I fall off this thing while it's running, it's gonna disappear on me, so I'm never gonna fall off. I'm just gonna get this installed, then we'll test for spark again. If there is, I'll put the recoil back on, put the new plugs in, give it a little squirt of sardine fluid, and see if she pops off for us. So yeah, I'll get this switch installed, and we can test for spark again after that. Okie dokie, I got the kill switch installed. Primer's failed, but that's fine. Here, take a look at this. Plenty of spark. So I'm gonna get recoil back on. I'm gonna spray a little something into the cylinders there, and then we're gonna find find out if she's gonna even cooperate with us and bark off a little bit. I hope it does, man. This is gonna be awesome to use. Alright, since this thing has been sitting so long, I'm just gonna take a little bit of WD-40. A little squirt in each cylinder. I'm just gonna pull on it a few times. Make sure that we're... I'm gonna shut that off. Hopefully, if anything was rusty in there, kind of frozen up, this kind of just eat it down and put it back to how it's supposed to be. Oh no! I just broke the recoil. Take a look at it. You got this knot right here. This is a little notch. It just sits in there, so if you pull and do a full pull, you're gonna unwind it and it's gonna slip out. And so I got the knot right in place. I'm just gonna let it unwind. As it unwinds, I'm just gonna walk back towards the unit. She's wrapping up well. Now we pray that it stays that way. I gotta remember to only do like half pulls on it, which kind of sucks. It's gonna make it a little bit hard to start. You gotta do what you gotta do. You're working with things that they don't make parts for anymore. Alright, so I'm gonna get the recoil re-secured again. Okay. That's about it. That's all I can do. It has been a long time since this thing has even popped. Let's hope she just fires right off and we don't have a problem. And then if it does, I can get to work on the fuel tank and the hydraulic throttle. Let's try to prime the carb. Maybe that'll work. Probably not. Just mount them out. Okay, let's try this one more time. Oh, 10 minutes. I felt something. I smell something too. Whoa, she's trying. You know what's kind of funny about this thing is it fires each spark plug at the same time.
The idea that there should be no police.
Shut up, Tim. Alrighty. Let's try this one more time. Put the throttle that wide open. Here are a couple pulls. Whoa! Excuse me. It's just a matter of, oh, will she go? Yow! Alright, let's try a little bit of starting fluid in it. Throttle open. Nice. One more try. I think she's a runner. You'll never believe it. I lost spark again. I'm gonna take all this apart again, clean up the points again, see if there's a loose wire or something, and put it back together and we'll try again. Because I mean, it did run, you guys heard that, so no point in stopping. Alright, it's the next day. Got the spark back to the unit. I ended up frying the recoil while I was pulling on it, trying to get the spark to it. It happens. Oh, let's take a look and see what we had to do to get that working. Here's the kill switch. Off is on is off. And this is the ignition wiring. So you got two wires here. These go up into the flywheel and you have a point system in there and a cam lobe. What happened was there was a bad connection and we kept intermittently losing spark because of that, so I just took it all apart and hardwired it. As you can see, recoil keeps frying. I have parts ordered, they should be here pretty quick. I did get the primer hooked up. Alright, I think we're going to call this part 1. Waiting for parts to show up so I can get this back into use. And make sure it's actually worth doing all the work to. If it is, then you'll see another video on it. If it's not, then you won't see another video on it.